Hi, all, and welcome to the newest episode of Beer Betties. I'm Senya.
I'm Whitney.
And today we have a special guest. He will be the first of hopefully a few guest stars, unless he screws it up. This is our friend Daniel.
Thanks, Henny. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Anyways, so tonight we are going to be trying...
Well, we have a really special beer here tonight. This is from Dogfish Head. It's called the Theobroma. The reason I chose Theobroma, or the reason we chose Theobroma, is because Daniel has been picking on us and telling us we need to try more beers from Central and South America. Crazy idea. Don't know where he got it.
Maybe the fact that he's from Mexico.
But anyway, so this first beer I chose, this is the Theobroma. Dogfish Head does this really interesting line of beers where they actually take historical recipes that they find. In this case, they actually found old ancient Aztec pottery and did a chemical analysis, and they found the oldest alcoholic chocolate beverage known to man. I think they said it was from around 1100 BC, so technically I think that's even before the Aztecs a little bit, but it was something that was reserved for the gods, the priests, and the upper echelon of society back in those days. So pretty much it's going to be kind of a mixture of cocoa nibs, cocoa powder, some chili in there. There's going to be some honey. I believe they also have some fragrant seeds in there as well, all from that same Central American region. So it'll be a cool little historical adventure for us, because I'm a nerd.
Oh, and before we start, I would also like to say thank you again to James. Unfortunately, we will not be able to make it, well, by the time this airs, you'll know, but we won't be able to make it to the Houston Beer Festival because I do have a job working as a second AD and I can't get out of it.
And
so
I have a job too.
Yeah, she has a job too. So next time you have a beer festival, we will be there.
Yes, definitely.
With flags flying.
And
So anyways, should I open it?
Please do.
Okay.
Nice lookless.
That's her pride and joy. She hasn't taken that off since we left Boston last summer. All right. Well, since you're our guest, Daniel, we'll pour for you first.
Thank you, Whitney.
But that's all you get.
Wow. I'm gonna get drunk.
I promise y'all, we are looking for other people to be guests on our show because we do like to have fun with it, and we won't always pick on you. We just have to pick on Daniel because he's our first. He's popping our cherry.
Whoa. Anyway, all right, so let's look at the color, guys.
Right.
All right, well, right off the bat, you definitely get a nice caramel.
Kind of like a caramel, like a wildflower honey. It's not exactly clear.
No, yeah,
it's definitely got a little bit of a cloudiness to it.
I was going to say, it's very cloudy.
The head disappeared pretty fast. It's kind of interesting, you know. I mean, you think like a chocolate beer, you think it'd be a lot darker, you know.
But on the nose, I don't really smell chocolate.
I definitely smell the annatto seeds. I know that they said there's annatto seeds in there.
I smell not a licorice, but what is that? Anise?
A little bit, yeah. It's probably from the annatto. Second smell off the nose, I can get a little bit of like a raw cocoa. I don't know. What do you think, Daniel?
Something sweet, maybe tending to honey.
Yeah, yeah, and there is some honey in there, so definitely you would probably be able to smell that.
And there's the chocolate.
Yep.
You get that right in the back of the throat. It's almost like you can breathe out the chocolate.
Yeah, it's really interesting the way they put it together. I mean, I was expecting just like a mouthful of chocolate, but kind of off the beginning, it's kind of floral, and you get a lot of that honey in the middle of your tongue, and then at the end, you get that cocoa at the end.
It is actually a really interesting beer. I mean, it's not bad. It's good, but it's got a lot of interesting flavors to it. It's very complex, and I don't normally, describe that, for something else other than wine, but this is actually a truly complex beer.
Well, it's a very old beer at that too. So, what do you think, Daniel?
Well, yeah, it has a kind of a smooth, bitter aftertaste, but definitely is interesting, complex, different, I would say.
Yeah.
So, if this came in a 6-pack, how many do you think you would drink?
Probably. Are we speaking for a night of party or just chilling out at my home?
As a way to gauge how much you like it.
I probably drink 2 or 3.
Okay.
2 or 3?
All right. I think I'll give this one probably a 4 out of a 6-pack. I usually am more of a fan of the heavy beers, and it definitely has a lot of honey in there, so I think after a while I'd get tired of that. But I mean, it's got a really fascinating taste to it, and it's really cool to be able to try something that, you know, people were drinking back in 1100 BC. Very fascinating, and bravo Dogfish Head for bringing out another very unique product.
We do love you, Dogfish Head, and don't take it personally, but I'm going to have to give you a 2 out of a 6-pack because this is a little much for my taste. I do enjoy it, but it's definitely not one that I could. It's a sipping beer, so it would
Yes,
probably take me a couple of
definitely.
hours to sip on it. So that's mine.
All right, well, until next time, you guys, look forward to much more of our Central and South American beers here with our friend Daniel, and until next time, cheers.
Cheers.
Like this.